Adult guardianship in Article 81, Supreme Court. There are several roles involved. I'm going to give you some insight into the Court Evaluator today. This type of case takes place in the Supreme Court of your county. The petitioner files a petition. That's the legal documentation to request that one adult person becomes a guardian of another adult person. Could be a spouse, could be a parent, could be an adult child, for various reasons. Incapacity is the chief reason. It's the language of the statute. It's an inability to, how do I say it quickly, functional limitations and perhaps a danger to themselves or others. It's the best shorthand to use. So there's the petitioner, there is a respondent, there's an alleged incapacitated person. That person will be appointed an attorney. There is a court evaluator appointed. The court evaluator is the eyes and ears of the court. It's a person that has to interview, observe, and then write a report about the alleged incapacitated person and ultimately testify in a court hearing. The court evaluator will have the petition, will schedule an appointment, will look around the home of the incapacitated person. What I do is interview the person, some small talk, some conversation, and then in a non-psychological way, because I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a therapist, I interview the person. I use my layman's skills to see if they're oriented to time, date, place, if they know their issue, if they know the natural fruit of their bounty. And I try to determine what their circumstances are. I'll look in the refrigerator. Sometimes they're alone. Sometimes there's a caregiver in the home. Sometimes there's a relative in the home. I have been involved in all of those scenarios. Sometimes they're in the hospital. But if I'm visiting a home, I'll look in the refrigerator. I'll look in the cupboard. I'll see if there's a smoke alarm. See if there's a basement or access to a basement. Ingress and egress. See if they're safe. Take a look at whether or not there's a lot of clutter. And then I'll interview them. As I mentioned, then I might ask what they did for a living, what their occupation was, whether they were married or single, they have children, and then I write a report. That report will be 12 to 20 pages. Take a look at the medicine that they might have in a basket. Sometimes people have a medicine basket or a pill box. If I could look at the pill bottles, I'll take photos, see what the medicines are. That'll go into my report. And then ultimately I'll testify at a trial at this hearing before a guardianship judge in the matter. I visited the person on July 1. I visited them at their home. I spoke to them about this. They were oriented, they weren't oriented, whatever the factually specific items are in that instance. If you need to know more about adult guardianship in Supreme Court, please reach out. FrankBrunoLaw.com.